Welcome to the Gaming Outsider Podcast. As you can already tell, I'll be your host this week because our fearless leader is on his Euro trip, and Scotty doesn't know what we're about to get into. This week, Jacob, CB, and I talk about pop culture references in video games, the ones we like, and the ones that really annoy us. In news, the casting of the two main characters in Nintendo's Legend of Zelda film have been confirmed, and there's also an Assassin's Creed Netflix series on the near horizon. As for new games, Jake is playing Donkey Kong Bananza, and I've been checking out Gaucho and the Grassland on my Steam Deck because, well, there's even a hint of Western about it. Also, Paul stops by to tell us about his experience with Forgotten 23. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be found at thegamingoutsider.com. We also have a community at facebook.com/group/thegocast and even a Discord server, which you can find the link for in the show notes below. It's Monday, July 21st, and I am your host, Zach Parkerson, and joining me are my friends, Jacob Gunderson. Thanks for being here.
Hello, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider. I'm not your host, Scott Clark.
That's true. I'm sorry to burst the bubble. Nobody is Scott Clark here. But we do have the ever slimming Chris Behrensmeyer.
I'm just the period in the Gaming Outsider. I just kind of exist.
He's the dot and .com.
He's the dot. Well, the Jacob's a com, and together we form a sandwich. We also welcome apparent music aficionado Paul Hine to the show.
I am the other guy.
That's true. You have about 16 instruments in the background of your video here.
Yeah. There's guitars and keyboards and recording equipment. There's a drum set right over there. It's good stuff.
Is there a guitar?
There is guitar. There are guitars. There are shitars. And maybe a keytar.
Yeah, see, there's got to be a keytar because it's not really winning until it's a keytar.
I think skipped over what a shitar is.
Now, we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Is that Shitara?
Thundercats ho. But yeah, as you can tell, Scott Clark, our regular host, is not here, so you're stuck with us goofballs. But that doesn't mean we can't talk about some video games. CB, what have you been catching up on, man?
So I started playing some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 on my Ally X, since everybody likes to give me crap about that.
It was one person gave you crap for calling it the ROG Asus or whatever. Yeah,
ROG.
So how is this? I thought the Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 remakes were excellent.
It's actually pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I started playing it earlier today. Translates very well to mobile.
Sure. Well, you can just grind out a 2-minute session, right?
Yeah. I came this close to buying the download pack so I could skate around as Doom Guy. But
I'm surprised you didn't. Why wouldn't you?
Right?
I wanted to, before I put extra money into it, I wanted to give it a whirl. I'm enjoying it. Soundtrack's great as always with Tony Hawk. So
Even with losing so many of the original songs from 3 and 4?
It still has a very good vibe to it. Okay. So I give it credit on that. Looks beautiful, plays great. And then also some more Cutie Booty Delivery Duty 2.
Sure.
So,
yeah, you're our resident expert on Cutie Beauty Delivery Duty. How far are you into this game? I heard it was like 70 hours long.
I'm probably a good somewhere between 5 and 10. I haven't had as much time to game this week. It's been a busy week working in my garden and stuff. So, but yeah, dude, it's beautiful. Like it is unnerving at times. Like you forget that you're looking at a game sometimes.
Yeah. You can even get that in some of the YouTube, videos of it, or just kind of, it looks like a screenshot of the world.
It really does feel like there's times where you're watching something live action, then it just blends right back into a game. Mm-hmm. Because if from a coding aspect, you'd almost think it would be easier to do some of that stuff live action and then just blend it back into the game because you're like, I don't have to render this tree and this tree and this tree.
Maybe Kojima tricked us all, and that's what he's doing.
Maybe, but it looks gorgeous. I luckily have some days off coming up, and I plan on smashing out as much of that game as I can.
How much Kmart brand Solid Snake have you encountered?
Not much. I haven't ran into that yet.
Oh, okay.
Colonel, I have to deliver this package.
Great. Sounds just like David Hayter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but yeah, I did have to take a bit of a break from it because, like I said, that end of a certain act is a real gut punch.
So yeah, I've heard this from everybody as a kind of a gnarly early game twist, from my understanding.
Oh yeah, it was, and like it was almost to the point that I'm like I was kind of unnerved by it, to the point that I was like, I don't know how I feel playing this going forward.
See, I'm surprised to hear this from people because I don't feel like the first game ever got like, berserk dark or anything in my recollection.
No, like it, but it's like what happens, and then like the subsequent things that happen like right after it. I'm like, this is kind of like it's from the mind of like I expect weird things from Kojima, but like this one was borderline disturbing. So I'm just kind of like, ugh. I don't know how I feel about that. So, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, Paul. Moving on to you. What have you been playing, guy?
So I've been playing some Ground of Aces, which is a new indie game that came out last week, and it's been a lot of fun. It's one of those like base building time, manage all your people so they don't fight amongst each other, and build airstrips and send off airplanes to go fight the Blitz. So it's good stuff. Yeah, and I've also been playing some Split Fiction with my brother. That's also a fantastic game. So if anybody has a chance to sit down and play with somebody, make it happen.
I think we've talked about it a lot on the show, actually.
So good. So
Split
good.
Fiction, yeah, it comes up.
So good.
Me and my wife are about to finish It Takes Two, so I think we're probably going to transition to Split Fiction afterwards. Although it seems... I keep hearing that it's more demanding on the player than It Takes Two. Do you think that's true, Paul? Or
I never played It Takes Two.
Oh, okay.
But there's some tricky platforming parts, and you have to really coordinate with the other person. There's a lot of shouting that happens.
Well, that's what I appreciate about It Takes Two is it's the rare co-op game that actually requires cooperation.
Yeah.
You should play a Way Out next, Zach.
I played that one with my dad years ago. It's pretty good, and I like the. I mean, it's a Prison Break story. I would love to revisit it. Don't get me wrong. Good. I remember liking the final act a good amount.
What else have you been catching on, Zach?
Yeah, well, I beat Mafia 3, which I was replaying to get ready for the old country, replaying all the Mafia games. As I was saying last week, this game is a lot better than I remember because, expectations, I guess, are everything in life. But, knowing about the more repetitive structure going in, combined with having the DLCs to break up the different districts, really makes for a much better gameplay loop overall for the pretty lengthy duration of the game. And so it just, and you could see, so much more of Lincoln during the DLC. So it's actually kind of came away really liking it, which is a nice surprise. So I was kind of dreading replaying it because I was so disappointed when it came out originally. But I beat that. Really dug it. I think Lincoln Clay is just a phenomenal character. And, it's almost worth playing just for him. And dude, some of the, I don't know if you guys have played a lot of Mafia 3 or played the DLCs, but dude, it's that game is just so unafraid of portraying of going there, of being a black man in the 60s. It's
I actually liked 3 better than 1 or 2.
Well, that's a little crazy. But after
hey, I think it was a bold choice. The problem is 1 just felt like a bad version of The Godfather.
Okay.
And
sure.
2, I think I finished it, but I kind of got really bored with it. 3, I enjoyed it because 3 felt very action packed at points.
Yeah, I feel like 3 lends to your sensibilities more as a like fan of Assassin's Creed, really.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But I'm with you after having replayed it. I definitely would put it up there with 1 and 2 almost now. So it definitely got a lot better. But then speaking of Assassin's Creed, I drove back into Shadows because I sort of dropped it a few months ago. They've really updated that game, huh? I don't know if you've kept up with it.
It had a big update because I recently updated it as well because I had fallen off with the amount of things that just kept coming out.
Yes,
It is on my list of things to finish as well. But I mean, from what I played it, I was enjoying it immensely. But it was just like there was just so much that came out at the same time.
Right, me too. I was surprised by how much I was enjoying it. But yeah, it's still very good. But now you get more parkour stuff. You can like kick off of buildings and stuff now. Like you could in Assassin's Creed 2, but I guess that qualifies as an update now in 2025.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, it is nice.
Right.
All right. Here we go. Here's what I'm waiting for.
All right, and then more than anything, what I've really been sinking my teeth into, or kind of can't stop playing, is Aliens: Dark Descent. I watched the trailer for Predator Badlands a few weeks ago, and I just got antsy for the universe. And I remembered I had never played Dark Descent. This game is outrageously unique. I know CB talked about it on the show when it came out, but this like real-time tactics, squad-based stuff, it's sort of the only game I can think of that reminds me of it is Full Spectrum Warrior on the Xbox, if you guys remember that game.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Whoa.
Where it's very squad and positioning based, but this has the benefit of xenomorphs everywhere.
Yeah, and it's surprisingly fast-paced.
Yeah, I've been using because if you bring up your squad skill menu, it slows down the game. There's definitely been parts where the game gets so hairy where I'm just keeping that slow-mo on this whole fight.
You're like, no.
There's just no way I'm gonna get that grenade blast off otherwise.
How far in are you roughly?
Pretty far. I think I'm on like I am climbing a Wayland Yutani skyscraper right now, so I think I'm pretty close to the end.
You're getting there. Yeah,
I haven't really put like 20 hours into a game in a week like this before.
How many characters have you lost?
Just 2, but okay. I will admit I'm save scumming when I lose. When I lose I lose the highest level guy on my team, that's a reload. No way. But if I lose,
not Steve.
Yeah, well, I made the mistake of giving them all nicknames because you can do that.
Yep.
So therefore, I care when they die.
You named them.
You grew attached.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting balance too. Like the fact that what's for a game like this where you have to some of them oh well they're down for a bit, they have to heal, or not just physically, but also you have to put them through counseling.
Right, the psychiatric care. Yeah, they have stress levels you have to worry about. There's a lot of resource management, kind of horror, survival horror game-esque, where you got to worry about your ammo clips, you got to worry about the stress rising, you got to worry about you only have so much welding tools per mission.
It's game over, man. Game over. What are you gonna do?
They'll shout that when their stress is max sometimes, and then you get that fanboy tickle. Classic. Yes, but and what the story feels like a Dark Horse Alien comic.
It really does.
It's a lot of fun. There's some wacky stuff they're doing, and yet I'm into it big time.
I can't wait till you get to the final act, especially the very last mission. I expect a text immediately after you finish it.
All right.
Because there is a thing that happens, and you're just like, what?
Dude, the cult that's in this game, the cult, I guess low level spoilers, but so fast forward if you're concerned. There's a cult that worships the xenomorphs. Dude, what they're doing their body is straight up comic book stuff.
Dude,
rules.
I remember seeing the trailer for that, and you see the guy with the the little shell.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, what is going on? And that's what first drew me into the game. And then it just gets so wacky at times.
Yeah.
But it really does feel like one of the 90s Aliens comics.
Dude, for sure.
It
sucked me in, dude. I'm in.
It's so good. I want them to make another one so bad.
I think I just have never played a game totally like this, It has some elements of those isometric stealth games I like Desperados or Shadow Gambit, because it is definitely in your best interest to avoid the xenomorphs as much as you can. But inevitably, you're going to get spotted.
I mean, there's times where it does feel almost even like an XCOM style game.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's very tactics heavy, they'll force you into scenarios where there's a hive launching an attack on you. So it's in your interest to hunker down in a room and just set up a bunch of sentry guns, and you feel like you're in Aliens.
Oh yeah, I I need to play it again to see if they've like done any updates, because early there was a couple times, like depending on how you positioned in a room, the AI would get a little wonky.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
not Colonial Marines wonky,
I hope not.
but like, have you gone up against a tyrant yet?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Every now and then, like the tyrant would just stand at the door, and the door would just keep closing on the tyrant.
Okay,
and it would just open and then shoot him.
That
then
still happens. Well, no, it doesn't. So now they'll like open the door, see you, and they'll just wait outside because they know you have to leave. Which kind of, I assume that was probably the original intent, because it feels like they're outsmarting you in that way. Right? I know you have to go to them.
I mean, with some of them, like if it's just one-on-one, like it's not going to enter the room.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that if you position the gun properly, the door will open, it'll shoot them. They'll trigger and then come back to it, but the door shuts, and they're like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll just keep moving on."
Yeah. But yeah, dude, awesome game. Really loving it. Expect a text from me for whatever happens to this near the end. CB.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting.
But then otherwise, we did play some more Baldur's Gate 3.
Hey.
So if you're wary of spoilers, skip to the next section, video game news, and it's in the show notes, or hit your 15-second forward button. But Jake, you were there. Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah, I was.
Well, kind of. You got mad at me.
I did not. Lies.
You got upset with me. What do we do? So this week we were hanging out. We were hanging out with a bunch of mushrooms. I remember that. There's like a mushrooms. All the mushrooms wanted to kill everybody. Whether it was the good guy mushrooms or the mean guy mushrooms, they want you to kill people. So I don't know if that's a Dungeons and Dragons thing, but mushrooms.
The Myconids hate all.
So that's Myconids, yes.
Oh, that's where you were at?
Yeah, we're in the Underdark.
Yes, and we were going to...
How did you get to the Underdark?
We fast traveled. I think that there was a cave underneath the goblin camp. Is that right,
yeah.
Jake?
Well,
yeah.
we went through the goblin camp, yes, and then we went through the temple that way.
Okay.
Because I know there's a couple of different ways that you can get down there. But yeah, that's the way that we took. But yeah, one of the fungal guys was sad that he lost all of his fungal people, and so he wanted to come with us. Then we killed all the other people, and then he was like, "My fungal people are the best."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm the spore king," and I said, "Dude, I don't think so." Well, we murdered him, but it was kind of funny because he resurrected a guy with spores for our fight against the dwarves, but then the spore was still on our side when we fought him.
Yeah, it was weird.
Didn't make a lot of sense, but I wasn't mad about it.
We used his what?
I became buddies with that guy.
Oh
no!
But he wanted you to go kill the other Myconids. Did you do that?
I killed them all.
Oh my god, man! I said
the women, the children.
I hate fungus. It gets everywhere.
Antifungal spray.
Was that the fight where Shadowheart got yeeted off, or was that later? Because that was later. That was pretty funny.
We were taking the boat to the other side of the lake, and someone positioned Shadowheart on the end side of the boat, and one of the dwarves looked at her and said, "Bush," and she just kind of flew 20 feet off in the air and died.
I feel like 20 feet's an understatement. She went flying, dude.
Quality. She went a distance.
100 feet away.
How dare you kill my boo thing?
Hey, I like her. She's a better cleric than Tav. I'll tell you that.
For those listening, Tav is Scott's character.
Yeah, he's our cleric.
The cleric that can't cleric.
Yeah, he's learning. I feel like I learned a little quicker.
He has a clerical error.
Hey,
saw what you did there.
Aaron Plays in the chat asks, "Did you talk to the squid in the colony?" And the answer is yes. I did talk to the mind flayer scientist who wanted to. What did he want? He wants to study me, right?
Yes and no.
Did you let him into your brain?
I did. That sounds right. No?
Yes.
Oh, man, so much happened. I took notes, but it wasn't enough. Right. I feel like I did let him into my brain, right?
You let him explore your brain, but not do anything else.
Yeah, okay. I think I kind of pushed back. But he was. I mean, I don't know. He seemed nice as far as mind flayers go, based on my experiences.
He spoke in a
Right.
weird British accent.
I feel like I need to play
don't
this
know
game
about
again, but like eat all the slugs.
Oh, the brain
man.
parasites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he like offered because I keep getting crap from people for not using my illicit powers, like in the game story.
I went the whole game without ever using them.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I don't want squids in my brain. That doesn't sound right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was kind of playing it like a normal RPG game, just thinking that there were normal power ups, not realizing that you can just like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Why would you refuse power?
Right.
Power corrupts?
Exactly.
Absolutely, man. I've seen it before in history. It turns out.
No. Who reads history books? Weirdo.
I guess people that are doomed to repeat it, probably.
Probably.
But I did not kill or I did kill the Spore King CB, so they named me the Peacebringer, and then was a peace or a kin, fungal kin, myconid kin.
Something like that. Kin spirit.
I'm one of their boys now, is what I'm saying, CB. You missed out. We're the party mushrooms.
I like how he like through extreme violence was named the Peacebringer.
Yeah, that was really funny to me. I was like, he's like, hey, go murder these people for me. I'm like, yeah, sure thing. He's like, thanks, peace guy. Who could tell how much you love peace?
I mean,
Right.
peace through oppression. Go.
I'll tell you who did not get a taste of my peace is that dwarf on the boat that I just shoved in casually mid conversation.
Oh man.
That was pretty awesome. Just like this dwarf gets on our boat when we're traveling, getting across the seas. Like, hey, what are you doing here? I just pushed him right into the lake.
Yeah, you were hoping it was a kick, right?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a 300 style. This is Sparta moment.
That's got to be a mod out there somewhere.
Yeah.
He just casually like.
Yeah, it's like
Shove.
very as though you're like pushing a guy out of the line at the coffee shop to get it to squeeze past him, just right into the lake.
Bloop.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But it made for a really funny scene.
Yeah, that was good.
And then we kind of finished off by me shoving that spider wrangler into a fire, one of his spiders into a fire, which felt really cool. And then we fought some guys were abusing some yaks. They're not really called yaks.
No,
Whatever.
I called them yaks for Scott.
Yes, the D&D yaks. And then I immediately like started fighting them, and then Jacob was mad at me, and then we stopped playing.
I was down the hall like 35 feet away, like running over trying to get into the initiative.
Yes, but he was. I started a fight without him. I didn't alert anybody I was starting a fight, but I don't know, dude. They were like they're asking me to beat up these yaks. That doesn't seem very nice. And they were off in a little corner where I could murder these people.
Although you push them off the ledge.
I wanted to, but I didn't have the athletics for it. But the real heartbreak was that I had to kill the yaks anyway because they were on the enemy team.
Oh.
So in my efforts to save the yaks, we murdered the hell out of them.
Yeah.
No athleticism, no animal handling. What kind of dude is this?
I can talk to corpses. I could shoot a crossbow 3 times a turn.
Oh, there you go.
That's pretty cool.
You could tell a tale about it. Yeah, sing a song.
Kevin has animal speak, but unfortunately was not able to speak with animals.
Well, I think he did speak to the yaks, and they were like, "Hey, this hurts." And I was like, "Yeah."
They talked to other. He talked to other yaks.
He didn't talk to the. He did talk to the right yaks.
Right.
He was on the wrong yak of the street.
Yakety yak. Don't talk back.
Oh boy. Anyway, that was our Baldur's Gate 3. Aaron plays writes in, kind of disappointed to miss out on that. That is totally different than anything he's ever done. Dude, I hear that sometimes.
there's a lot of. I didn't do that this way.
I know, but like some of it, like you were just talking about how we got into the Underdark. I'm like, I don't know how else you could have gotten down there.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 different ways.
But I guess that's the big strength of the game, right? Is that everyone's got these different experiences?
Yes, that.
Well, it's
yes,
just
not,
like
not getting into the Underdark.
The one stupid vampire guy, like he was never in my game.
That's amazing.
You never encountered a Starion?
No, the whole game. Never ran into him. Never met him. Never played with him.
Why, dude? I've murdered Halston sight unseen. So that's good stuff.
We didn't know. I mean, The
Well,
people
you
who
guys
played the game
knew.
before knew it was wholesome, but you did not know it was wholesome.
No.
And so
Well, too late now. So if maybe I'll just kill Sarian, just whatever.
Unneeded character.
Why?
Never met him, so
He seems nice. Well, as nice as vampires can be.
I mean, I like him.
Yeah. All right,
can't
but
say it. Like I said, I've never met the guy.
play it again.
I've never
dude.
met the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my Baldur's Gate 3 roundup. More to report next week with Kevin. But let's jump into the news. If you jump over to the Gaming Outsider, you could read some recent news stories that have been posted. You can see Tomb Water and Indie, a Western Souls-like. They showed off their big old map. Dying Light the Beast has a new trailer for Bober the Beaver, whatever that means, something to Dying Light people, I'm sure. Particle Hearts, which we have a demo right up for on the site, got a release date of August 25th, and then Void Crew is coming to console September 4th, which is a game I feel like I keep hearing about. In other news, there was a new trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, which has a release date for October 24th. Nintendo has found its Link and Zelda for the upcoming Sony-produced live-action movie. The Assassin's Creed Netflix is finally a go. AI is being utilized way faster than I would have assumed, and Steam is also bowing down to payment processors. Paul, as our guest, which news story do you want to talk about first?
Oh, let's jump into it. Steam is bowing down.
All right, getting right to it.
The almighty dollar.
Dude, I'm surprised. I'm surprised with Steam.
It's bonkers.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just
they've to catch people up. I guess you don't know how this normally goes.
I got to read it.
Yeah.
You listen to this show, don't you? Jeez.
Oh boy.
And I just let other people do it. No. Okay. So
He's
all
watching
right.
the show on the show.
I am. I'm totally having a good time. No, so let's see here. What do we got here? Steam has added new guidelines for developers and publishers, restrictions to enforce payment processors.
They're forced by. Yeah.
Yeah, by the payment processors, which largely affects adult-oriented content, which is known as good old corn games.
That's right, dude. Cornered it up.
There it's was touted shout by a group called Collective Shout,
right.
an anti-corn group explains
You say corn.
claims responsibility for the act.
Yeah. And then let me read this because this is my boy Yoko Taro.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, my guy Yoko Taro, director of Nier, weighed in on the matter because some Japanese digital storefronts also let payment processors boss around last year, and he had this to say: publishing in similar fields have always faced restrictions that go beyond the law, but the fact that a payment processor, which is involved in the entire infrastructure of content distribution at its own discretion, seems to me to be dangerous on a whole new level. I feel like it's not just a matter of censoring adult content or jeopardizing freedom of expression, but rather a security hole that endangers democracy itself. Which I think is well put, man.
So, okay. For those of us that read the article,
Aaron Hughes says so. Corn games are going to be more expensive now. How depressing!
Some of them are just
Well, they keep turning into ethanol, so
it's actually way worse, Aaron, and that you can no longer buy porn games.
Specifically, one of the big things they were targeting was incest related things.
Sure.
So I was just like, okay, I get it, but The thing is, like, Steam has always been that like free range market where it's like you want to make a weird game, we'll put it on our platform. And like now the fact that they're like, okay, maybe we've gone too far.
Yes, that's what I've always liked about Steam, right? It's kind of a libertarian storefront in that way that anybody can put almost anything on there, right? There have been instances where they stepped in and took stuff down, like that game Hatred, the mass shooting simulator. Yeah. But they're largely hands off, and they have the benefit of being a private company, right? So like they can actually do that and not worry about shareholders. So to me, definitely disappointing that they would get pushed around by Visa, MasterCard, and the banks. But I guess you're not going to fight those guys, right? If you can't swipe cards at your storefront, what can you do?
It's
Yeah.
and it's
That's
it's
shooting
super
simulator?
disappointing because like this isn't the first time the credit cards companies have done this.
Yeah.
Right. Especially they like Yoko Taro was saying last year even. I think he is right. This is what you would call the slippery slope, right? It starts with the stuff that is pretty easy to be like, yeah, you know what? I could probably live without the incest game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I personally need the incest porn game, but if they could do that for something you don't like, they could just as easily do it for something you do like.
Well,
Who decides what's too much violence, or who decides what's too much explicit this, or who decides like, well, this isn't politically correct?
Some Sega, some Nintendo kid over at Visa is like, you know what? I'm tired of seeing that blue hedgehog whenever I open Steam. No more Sonic the Hedgehog allowed. And Steam is just gonna, they're just gonna get pushed around.
well, I mean, yeah, like there is that point where it's like, okay, there is a breaking point, like, and everybody's morals are slightly different. I do love the fact that in this article they bring up 2 adult themed websites. One specifically that says like, we're not going to allow this on our own website anymore, and then they backtracked it a week later. So,
you're talking about OnlyFans?
yeah,
That was a hilarious week when they thought that they were going to have no more porn on OnlyFans.
yeah, it's just like that's really all you are.
Yeah.
So, I'm willing to bet there's going to be there's going to be some form of backlash, knowing how all the Steam kids are.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger question is, again, like where do you draw that line, especially with something that's been so open with like, you can make whatever you want on our platform, except like a school shooting, rampage shooter, and games that are essentially hardcore SA.
Sure. Yeah.
But beyond that, they're like free range, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's weird because I know they have like a Saw style abduction, torture, murder, kill simulator game on there.
But you're not doing it in a high school.
Well, these are also.
I mean, how much more in depth do you need to get though? Like, yes, you're doing it in a high school, so the victims are children, but when you are fantasizing about abducting, torturing, all that kind of stuff, it goes back to the line. Where do you draw it?
Well, like they said in this, like one of the things that they targeted was an incest themed game. So it does seem to be anything revolving around children is like, they're like, this is where we're drawing the line.
Mm-hmm.
Incest doesn't exactly mean children, period. So
that's true. It could be
that is true, but I have a feeling
I have a
feeling in this game it was
mother brother
that.
lovers.
Oh boy.
So
do you think Scott Clark is mad right now that he left the show?
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably
he's just
furious.
red in the face, just
Yes.
being like, you mentioned corn.
Yeah, dude. Not corn.
But yeah, but I mean, it is the subject of the thing. So
No, I mean, I think this is something. Yes, whilst it is only targeting porn right now, this is something that's going to. This is not a good first step for anything,
Well, yeah, because I mean, his comment says that it's a threat against democracy, and that's just it's a threat to the future of other things that are going to happen, not just this.
Right, it's sort of a Blade Runner future where the corporations are making the rules.
It's got a chilling effect on creativity overall.
Yeah, definitely. Because like what it all right, just walk with me here. Because what if somebody wants to tell some kind of important story featuring incest that is not a porn game? Right? And it's just a difficult subject that they want to explore.
So
Because-
a game about Oedipus.
Sure. That was a horrible accident for him, Mr. Oedipus. But I'm saying, like, sometimes, entertainment is not necessarily the primary function of art, right? Sometimes you need to explore difficult topics, and that can affect you differently. But without that being on the table, now, as Paul was saying, like, it does kind of restrict artistic creativity. That's not good.
I can understand both sides of this argument. Like, their creativity, like wow, I just like had a moment there. Like, stifling creativity is always bad in my mind. But it does walk that line of like, all because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean you should.
Right, like the Jurassic Park sequels. Absolutely.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Most sequels.
There's a few. Leave them alone. But
we're just talking about Aliens, Paul. It's such a good movie.
Oh man!
Don't.
Shush. There's a topic and we're getting off of it.
I know.
Let's go.
So stifling creativity is bad, but like I do think that there is. I agree with you. Like the slippery slope. Like stop now before we get too far. But at the same time, the people making these games also need to look at it from like a moral standpoint. Be like, yes, we understand that like you want to make something edgy and cool, but kind of rein some of it in. Like there's other ways.
Edgier and cooler than banging your mom. Am I right?
Well, but I mean, like
this is my Oedipus game that we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, well, as long as you're over 18.
All right.
Yeah, just calm down.
Take 3 entertainment.
18.
So, and I've always loved the fact that games have always been that media where like movies are afraid to like touch certain subjects, where games are like, we're going to dive head in because we don't care. Like, so
have you seen French cinema? I mean,
I've seen a lot of French cinema, but you notice it doesn't get a lot of play over here in the US.
This is true. Do you think that because of this, do you think people are going to start looking around for alternative forms of payment, online payment processing?
I have a feeling it's just going to be more like some of these.
Or is that going to get shoved into the corner somewhere?
I don't think it's going to get shoved into the corner. I think what's going to happen is you're going to have some form of other platform that's going to emerge. That's going to be like your edgier platform.
Right. So, and they'll take payment only through carrier pigeon or something.
Bitcoin.
I mean, crypto is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
But
you gotta go to the dark web for your weird corn games.
Well, no, what's going to happen is, like, there's an easy go between. You just buy like a Steam gift card, dump your gift card into it, and just be like, okay, like all because the payment processor doesn't allow you to buy these games on Steam right now doesn't mean that there isn't a way to still do it.
Yeah, I think it's weird that they care. Shouldn't they just care about transactions happening regardless? What do they care about them?
Look at the majority of people that run the boards of the companies like Visa and MasterCard. They're probably over a certain age, of a certain ethnicity, white.
Right.
There's been legal action against them here and there. I mean, that's what these groups do. You know, your collective shout and things like that. They'll bring. I mean, that's what's that? What's in the article? It talked about how they took out Grand Theft Auto 5 out of Australia or something.
Yeah, temporarily.
You know, so
yeah, pretty dumb.
Yeah,
always somebody looking to harsh your vibe.
Yeah, why? Stop.
I'm also willing to bet Steam will probably like quietly backtrack this in a few months once it dies down.
Maybe. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe they'll just less heavily police it, I guess. Or maybe just don't put certain tags on your game that you're making and just let it be a fun surprise.
Click the mirror to experience
birthday party game.
Oops,
Yes.
all porn.
Ooh, see, you got to be careful with that.
Well, see, now you look at the Nintendo eShop as like a bunch of garbage like that too.
Yeah, absolutely they do.
Yep.
And, you know, it's hard to like you find your indie games. You're like, well, that's terrible. That's stupid. I'm glad I'm not. You know, my kid's not looking at this.
But not putting certain tags on your games or like labeling as something else. Like, do you remember what happened with YouTube a couple years ago with all those with the people making like the kids, what seemed like kids reviews videos? And then they turned out to be like super dark, disturbing videos.
There's what's that act with the Kids Digital Defense Act or something?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it. But what's going to happen is if people stop tagging their games at some point in time, they're like every game that gets put on their website is going to have to be independently reviewed by someone who works there, and that's going to limit the games that get put on the service. So like having the tags is a good thing because it does allow those games to be put there. But if you start taking those tags off, they're going to be like, well, we got to review your game before we could put it on here.
Yeah, but think of how many jobs that makes.
There you go, dude. Jacob is pro worker.
They're not going to do that. That's too smart.
Well, but see, if they have to start independently reviewing games, that means it's going to cost more for somebody to put their game on Steam.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. Somebody's got to pay for the full-time task force looking for blue hedgehogs.
Yeah. So you're
stupid rings.
It's creating that barrier of entry for like smaller indie developers. Because I can't even imagine like if they had to start doing that, what the fee would be to put your game on there.
All right. So it's kind of a complicated topic then, huh?
Yeah.
I think we should just solve it. Us four.
No, how about we all just do like the independent review of their games for them?
There you go.
Okay, so we start
Steam, just send us everything.
processing company.
We'll
We
play
can,
every
we
game.
can carve 19,000 games up 4 ways. That'll
Yeah, every week. It's gonna be sweet.
I like Jake's idea. We'll become an independent funding source. Like we'll process all the payments for you. We'll take
there you go.
We'll take half of 1% of all Steam sales.
Oh, man, would retire.
I'm willing to bet you Visa or MasterCard charges off far heavier load.
So we're getting into the payment processing business.
I guess so.
Apparently.
Like, that's what we need to do.
It's 3 to 8% for card processing.
We could just do it for 1%. We'll
Right,
be fine.
dude. The Gaming Outsider credit card company.
Oh,
funded by Scott Clark.
Right. And
Oh,
right.
nice of him.
Right.
All right.
Thanks, Scott, for your unlimited access to your
every
credit
card
cards.
is just going to have his picture on it.
So the Scott Clark coin SCC will be available next week at thegamingoutsider.com.
We're not doing meme coins. We're not going there. I don't want to be Hawk to it.
It's me, coin with it.
Prepare for the pump and the dump.
Just don't rip people off. Is that too hard to ask for?
Yeah.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know.
All right. We're losing the plot a little bit. So, Jacob, why don't you steer us to a different course? And what news story do you want to talk about?
AI is being utilized more and more.
Right,
so
let's get the bad news rolling.
Then we can go to the good news real quick and end it.
Absolutely.
So AI utilization is up 800% over and over again. 20% of the games released on Steam in 2025 have disclosed using AI generation tools, and 7% of total Steam library has AI generation. 6% of those users are for generation and art assets. So yeah, we're just pulling video game assets out of thin air using AI and just throwing games out there.
It's crazy to me that, like, I guess, it's 1 in 5. Like, the AI is just here then. It's not coming. It's just here.
I mean, look at YouTube. That's almost getting overrun with videos.
Yeah, dude, I mean, that's
YouTube,
that's infuriating.
TikTok, all of them. It's all just AI anymore.
Right. So, at what point, like, hey, make this character model, make this character. They sound like this. Have them do these motions.
Dude, it just like, I know, we've been on the soapbox before, but it's just like when you use that AI tool to make the UI asset of a character portrait, like it's using that, but through data it stole, and it's just weird that you can then just
plagiarize them writ large,
right? And you just spin around and you just sell that game. It's just crazy, I guess, to me that's allowed.
Yeah, I mean, we need more processors.
Well, I mean,
no more.
More payment processors.
Right. More payment.
When a lot of those games are
no
made
more AI games can be sold.
Let's CB talk, everybody.
I'm sorry.
When a lot of those games are all made on the same engine, like you knew at some point in time it was gonna happen.
It's all just blending together.
I mean,
Like, because here's the thing, like growing up, like you always heard about like, oh well, BioWare's got their new engine that they're utilizing. Like all these engines used to be in-house for their art assets.
Yep.
And
Very
now
protected.
Yeah, like it was very like, oh, this is a proprietary engine. Only we can use this.
Right, like EA bought DICE mostly so they could get their engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like things like Unity and things like that, where it's like, oh, look, like all this stuff just already exists. Use it to make your game. And people are like, well, it's open source. I'm going to write a code to make it faster and make it faster. Like, oh, look, I made an AI code that can sit here and build a tree for me. Like from an indie developer game point, AI is brilliant because it makes it so a one-man team can build a game by themselves. But then on the reverse, when you have these giant companies like, well, I don't need these 4,000 workers to build this game because AI is a thing. So something that was originally intended as something to help the smaller guy has now just been like, okay, well, everybody can utilize it.
Right now we can lay off these 200 people at King and just use AI instead.
Just burn out the last 3 people left.
Just kind of, I kind of thought, I think I've said this last week when we were talking about King, but I kind of hoped that AI was going to, pick up the trash or clean the oceans, but instead it's just doing the stuff we all wish we could do if robots did our jobs instead.
It's like I had a conversation with Scott like a long time ago about it really does feel like we're slowly marching towards another video game crash.
Mm-hmm.
And if like it gets to the point that everything's made by AI, everybody's bored.
I mean, it's going to be all the same slop.
Because that's the problem. Is like
going to be the same.
Everything's eventually going to have like that same ending because AI is just going to be like, well, I guess this ending
That's
worked
the ending
last
that
time.
sells.
That's the ending that sells.
Ooh, that's such a dark thought. I hate that. I really
it's a dark thought, but tell me I'm wrong.
No, I mean, well, it's right. It's already right with like Hollywood, right, where they'll have like the 2 leads get together at the end, even if they weren't romantic, because that's what the audience likes.
Yeah.
But now the AI is just always going to be like, hey, people like those happy endings, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be like, well, AI is just going to sit here and just start building an algorithm where it's going to be like, okay, draw them in with this addictive gameplay and give them a happy ending, and they're going to come back for 34 sequels.
The AI is going to see like, well, they release The Last of Us again every 6 months, so obviously that's the ultimate game.
Oh, no, Skyrim's the bigger problem. It'd be like Skyrim sold like Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah,
it's like it sold X number of things like on every single console. Like I'm just going to make it again and again and again.
If they could just make that once, I would be happy.
Well, they just put a blue plumber in there, give him a fuzzy tail, big hands, go in and punch people that walk on the street,
collect rings and coins.
Yeah,
it's me.
It's a me. I'm a crazy taxi.
And until AI does get that like more sophisticated and complicated, like at some point in time, you do have to have somebody there gatekeeping it. Otherwise, it's literally going to keep writing the same things.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like it's going to get even more complicated because as AI starts writing more and more of this stuff, sooner or later, we're going to start having a bunch of like Colonial Marine games come out where you're going to play to a point and there's going to be a game-breaking bug somewhere randomly in the code.
Oh, yeah. Where everybody's dumb.
Because like nobody's QAing this or nobody's actually writing this code or testing it. And it's going to be like just some random thing here and there. Because like every time you see like an AI video, it's just like, ooh, those fingers look wrong.
Right. I don't know. I mean, some of them do get kind of scary, good looking.
Some of them do, but like if you look closely at a lot of the AI videos, like you can always pick out something that like something just doesn't look right.
Yeah, of course, but we're in the nascent days yet, right? It's just going to get better and creepier.
Yeah.
So that'll be great. That'll be great in the information age where nobody ever checks the source already.
Yeah. I mean, half of Hollywood movies already feel that way anyways, so
AI driven, AI slap.
Oh, it's all garbage.
I had a college student tell me that his professor for his most recent paper said for their works cited, you can use ChatGPT. You just have to take a screenshot of your prompts that you use to research your sources.
That is the worst teacher I've ever heard. Then
that's so common, and it's just becoming. 5 years ago, it was like people were getting busted for using AI to do classes, and now they're like, yep, whatever. They've just kind of thrown in the towel. So if at your highest levels of institutions are starting to do this, corporate America is doomed.
But no. Because here's the thing. Sooner or later, those people are like, oh, look, I got my college degree and I got all the way through college on using AI. The moment you put them in the workforce, they're dumb.
Well,
It'll sort themselves out. Be like, hey, you graduated college with an engineering degree. I need you to program this CNC machine blind.
But by the time they get there, it'll probably just be like, hey, just make sure the AI robot does it.
Yeah, just push the button, the AI will take care of it.
Oh,
right.
I don't know. Like to me, that's still like 20 years down the road.
I don't know, man. I would have thought AI generated videos that people would believe at a glance was 5 years away, but it turned out it was like 5 days away.
Man, I saw Obama riding a flaming, what was it? Dragon?
Yeah.
It was a dragon, right? It looked real, right? So
That's
that's
one of the
release the dragon papers. It's just like, come on.
Release the dragon papers.
There's one of the many reasons why I'm glad I work in a field that basically cannot be replaced by AI.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for a long time.
My wife made a comment. CNC is different than engineering.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't have an engineering degree, and I don't know how to run a CNC machine, so I just kind of pieced it together.
Are we talking about porn games again?
No.
CNC?
That's a whole different topic.
The engineer creates the machine to take care of the corn from the fields.
Okay, all right. It's all coming together.
But I mean, I would actually love to see like an AI try to do a paramedic job, just because I want to see how unhinged it would get.
I've seen those robots, man.
Just be like, oh, you got to cut. Sorry, boy, got to put you down. It's too far.
Your credit card expired. You're out. You're done.
Yeah. These organs would be better utilized elsewhere. I'll have to let you pass.
You're $30,000 in debt. Your organs will fetch this price.
Repo Man live action.
Yeah.
iRobot it's reading your survival chances like in real time and just assumes that your organs can go somewhere else better.
Right.
Yep.
Well, can access the database and knows there's a kid out there that needs them down the street, or where there's a kid at the nearest hospital needs a lung. You only got an 80% chance to live in anyway.
Right.
Just snag that lung.
Oh god.
Snag that lung.
You got two.
Reaches in there through your nose. Voila.
It's like you got two, you only need one.
Yes, yeah.
All right, we got to move on to something happier. We're starting to devolve.
CB, take us there.
Oh, well, sorry,
take us there.
I'm gonna ride the depression train a little bit more here.
No.
Assassin's Creed Netflix.
Okay. What could be sad about that?
Well, let's see. Netflix has a 90% failure rate on adaptations of other properties.
Whoa. People love Arcane and Edge Runners.
Okay, there's the good ones. But
Yeah.
Bleach, One Piece, Death Note.
Oh, dude, I forgot they did a Death Note movie.
They did a Death Note?
Dude, it's really bad. It's really bad.
It was directed by Adam Wingard, who directed the Godzilla and Kong movies.
To be fair, Cowboy Bebop was awful.
Yeah, again, another one. Like their track record with making like any type of anime or video game thing.
1 in 10.
It's low. So Arcane was good. Edge Runners, Alice in Borderland, like those were good. The rest of it's all kind of poo.
Sandman was good. Well, obviously, Daredevil was incredible, but those are all old now.
Yeah. But so yeah, like we've known this has been coming for a while. But Robert Patino and David Weiner will be the showrunners, which also don't exactly have the greatest track record. So they have a history of writing Westworld, Sons of Anarchy, Halo, and Homecoming. So
Westworld was great.
The first season of Westworld was great.
One season of Westworld was incredible. Absolutely.
Sons of Anarchy, everything before they went to Ireland, great. Halo, bad.
Halo was great in the trailer.
Yeah,
Awesome.
We
sold
should
me.
have stayed.
but here's the problem. Halo was great in that trailer, but the trailers for like Halo games themselves still superior. So
I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm kind of torn. Like, I don't know. Like, when you have people from the Halo writing team, like we didn't even really care. We didn't play the games. We're just doing our own thing. So when you have something like Assassin's Creed, which has nothing but lore, and your track record isn't great,
So how do you think they can Master Cheeks this up?
Master Cheeks.
Immediately hire Michael Fassbender again. Like that's gonna be.
Yeah, dude, get him back from that whatever that Spanish Inquisition character he was playing.
Oh God,
I can't remember.
I mean, they have a gold mine. All they have to do is Desmond and Ezio's story. Boom, done.
Well, that's if it's an adaptation. I would assume because everything else has slotted into the lore that this will be like this will take.
And
This will be a
they're
new
gonna
story fitted into the lore somewhere.
Where?
I don't know.
they filled every other gap.
They're gonna pick like the one that like everybody's been asking for. They're like, oh, when are you gonna do like the Aztecs or like this? And people are like, why wasn't this just a game?
The one that's everyone has been asking for is like the Christianity one.
Ancient
Jesus Christ! Finally get the answers.
Pacific Islanders.
Sure, dude. I mean, there's a million ways they could go.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
Like,
maybe use this as an opportunity to go like I don't know into like World War II finally because it'd be kind of a harder game to make. Because Assassin's Creed doesn't have a lot of gunplay, so maybe this will be finally your chance to go there. Finally we could see Hitler with the piece of Eden. Hell yeah!
See, I'd be all for that.
Yeah, dude, that'd be
Like,
cool.
Just like that's why Hitler was going around like picking up all the like different types of religious artifacts and
Yeah,
things.
that's why he was into the occult, right? He knew about the pieces of Eden. He's trying to find some more stuff.
Only if they run into Indiana Jones.
Which would be awesome because then they could find a way to tie that into like the beginning of Abstergo, like actually as a company.
Yeah, man. There's definitely some. I don't know. I think that would be cool. And that would also that's somewhere where it is a little harder to make a game out of. So that would be.
But see, like right there,
wise.
like it's something so cool. We would love to see it, and they're going to be like, you know what? We're going to do Norway again.
What about we did the third Crusade. What about the second Crusade?
Test audience didn't like this idea.
Yeah.
It was
They
too
didn't like
good.
They wanted Assassin's Creed Canada.
there's an AI bot somewhere stealing our ideas.
Oh God!
Right, yeah.
Assassin's Creed San Andreas.
Hell yeah, dude.
Assassin's
You
Creed
assassin the
Nebraska.
CJ.
I mean, I'm intrigued.
Assassin's Creed Ohio.
Ooh, not as intrigued.
It's like jaywalking tickets. Like I don't even know know what's going on there. I don't. I also don't think it bodes well that they announced this show like 5 years ago and they're just finally like, all right, let's get around to it.
Yeah, like anytime that you have like the TV show or the movie that was announced forever but has been in development hell for like this long.
Well,
I mean, I'm still waiting for the Green Lantern HBO series. That's never.
It's been in development for so long. It's in purgatory essentially. It's just
stuck in the animus with Desmond.
just hard to divert. Just make this into a Dante's Inferno series.
Like based on the old EA game, or
actually
an adaptation of the Italian poem.
No, I want it off the EA game.
Hell yeah, where he stitched a cross into his chest for some reason.
Yep,
that game ruled. All right, well, I guess I'll finish things up. I do want to quickly speaking of things that kind of seem bad. Mortal Kombat 2. I thought that trailer was rough. It does not look very good. I think Carl Urban is miscast. However, I can't wait to see it. I look forward to this.
I'm kind of torn. Like,
bad.
I think this is going to be dumb fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, we already know, regardless, it's going to be better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Sure. Yeah.
Like that's the bar. So as long as we're better than that.
Dude, the Halo show is better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh God, that's saying something.
Yeah. That thing sucked.
But why do you think that Carl Urban is like the miscast?
I guess he just doesn't give me that cocky energy from the games. At least not in this trailer. I didn't watch the Cage Unleashed fake movie trailer thing that they released.
I did. I thought it was great.
So maybe that would see more of it there. But
Like
I don't know.
it feels like the Johnny Cage from like the original Mortal Kombat 2, where he is that slightly washed up actor,
Yeah.
just like looking to still be relevant.
Zach, did you like Carl Urban in The Boys?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, I love Carl Urban generally. He's great. He was great as Bones in Star Trek.
But like
he's
that kind
great
of
as
like
Fred.
that kind of like go nuts attitude, I think would work really well for Johnny Cage. That's my 2 cents.
I guess I just didn't see that in the trailer. I'm happy to be wrong though when it comes out. You know, I'll be there because I thought that first Mortal Kombat reboot was really good actually. Though it had a lot of
the one character,
the original character.
Yeah, it just didn't fit for me.
Well, he was like such an afterthought in this trailer, so I don't think we need to worry about him too much.
You see him for like what, one like 2-second shot.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, all right, we've course corrected. So I'm like,
right, yeah, let's just sneak in another Sub-Zero Scorpion fight. I'm good. But in honor of Scott, before we move on, I feel like we do have to talk about Nintendo finding its Link and Zelda. Bo Bragison will be playing Zelda, and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth will be taking on the role of Link. No pressure to those youngins. The movie is still on track for a May 7th, 2027 release date, and it's being directed by Wes Ball, who I think is best known for Maze Runner. And did he do Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Or we're making that
up? The most recent one.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm more in his camp than I would have been having seen that movie because that was really good. But
okay, yeah, I guess Maze Runner.
The first one was good.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was not here have the second most important Zelda or video game property.
But are we going lore accurate? So again, like, is this kid never going to talk?
I think they're going to have to make Link talk.
Every time Link's talked, it's been terrible.
Yes, I agree.
They're going to base it on the 3DO thing. Yeah.
This is a different world. Nintendo has more of a hands-on, right? The Mario movie turned out better, I think, than people thought. I think live action works for Zelda, more than any other Nintendo property. So yeah, I think you could do an epic fantasy adventure. However, yeah, you got to make the main character talk. You're not going to make $800 million at the box office if your main character doesn't talk.
I mean, clearly we know they're going to do Ganondorf instead of Ganon, right?
Yeah, yes, you're right. Well, maybe you'll get they'll save the pig demon form for the sequel, right? After they buy people in.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where it's going to wind up.
Yeah, I hope it's just like an original new Zelda story. Like they don't try to adapt Ocarina or anything. Because Zelda stories are very good, but they're very structured like a video game, right? Like, go get the 8 medallions, or find the 3 sages.
Your sword is broken in 3 swings.
Well, yes, yeah, Breath of the Wild energy.
I'm just gonna.
Oh man, do you think he's gonna wear the green tunic, or do you think he's gonna wear that blue shirt?
It'll be
the new. I think so.
Because it's more recognizable to the younger crowd right now. I'm just more curious, like, do they just pull like a random Zelda game? Like, oh, we're gonna base the entire movie on the Phantom Hourglass.
Well, again, I hope they just come up with something new.
It's going to be a modern adaptation. It's going to be Legend of Zelda in like the real world.
Maybe you could make fans like Scott upset, and it can just be Majora's Mask.
It's gonna be like the 1980s He-Man. They're gonna take Zelda out of Hyrule and place him on Earth.
Yeah,
and he's gonna have amnesia.
Oh my god!
And it's gonna have a little mix of Tron in there too. So he's gonna like
Zelda and Link will only recognize each other at the last minute.
Good stuff. All right, that's enough of this nightmare scenario. Let's move on.
We're writing it like AI would.
Let's move on. Jacob, can you tell people about R2V2 real quick?
All right, I guess I can. For those of you who are new here, the Rockford Valley Video Game Con, or R2V2 as we like to call it, is our convention that we hold right here in Rockford, Illinois. With help of local businesses, Go Rockford, and some of our friends, we bring musicians, developers, collectors, and players together to celebrate our favorite hobby. This year's musical acts are Jer Roke. Somebody, I don't know. I can't ever pronounce his last name. I'm so sorry.
Giroux.
Yeah.
Jarok. Roke is his last name. Am I
Yes.
Roke?
Just roll with it, man.
Sorry.
Just keep go.
He's a solo pianist out of Chicago. The Adventurers Guild and Arc Impulse. Tickets at the door will be $10 for the con and $10 for the concert. But right now they are on sale for $13 for both until October 9th. Go to r2v22025.eventbrite.com to get your tickets.
Cool. Good stuff. Good sales pitch.
Come
Such
on down.
tickets.
Go make it
I do
happen.
my best. My bad.
We're also available on Patreon. Scott does a better sales pitch of this than I'm sure I do, but $3 gets you everything we put on there. You get ad-free versions of the episode. You get any bonus content we make, such as Last of Us spoiler casts that Troy Heinrichs of the Hollywood Outsider joined, and John Davenport of the Hollywood Outsider joined Scott Clark, where they went episode by episode and spoiled everything that's on there. There's a Blueprint spoiler cast. Generally, whenever we feel spoiler cast energy, they go up on there and you get access to it. But without further ado, let's talk about the games we've actually been playing. All right, in terms of new games, coming on July 25th, we got Death Relives coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, and PC, as well as No Sleep for Kaname Date from the AI Somnium Files coming out on the Switch 2 and Switch. What a title. As well as the PC. On July 29th, we have Tales from the Shire, often delayed, finally arriving, coming to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Mato Monogatari Fia and the Wondrous Academy. Boy, what another great title. Go to PS5, PS4, and Switch. Day of the Shell comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, as well. And then Achilles Survivor comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, PC. July 30th sees 2D beat 'em up Maiden Cops coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, and Switch. And then at the end of the month, on July 31st, we have Ninja Gaiden Ragebound coming to all consoles, sans the Switch 2. And then a 2D Gear Gate game, 9 Years of Shadow, coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, and Xbox One. Jacob, are there any games on this list catching your eye?
No, but one should not have been made. Tales from the Shire just looks like the Lord of the Rings game that I do not want to play at all.
You want to just chill out being a hobbit?
No.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like Shadow of War. I need those tales. I need more of those things.
Some more murder tales. What about you, Paul? Or any games on this list look interesting to you?
I'd probably check out Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, looks good. What about you, CB?
Well, first off, Death Relives. I hate the title, but I kind of want to play it. But I actually do kind of want to play Star Hobbit Valley.
Oh, I see. I see what you did there. Tales from the Shire.
No.
Oh come on! It looks like Dreamlight. It looks like Dreamlight Valley that Disney made mixed with Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm wondering what kind of shape this will arrive in after all the delays.
Yeah, like it looks bad, but I want to play it because it looks bad.
Yeah.
The only thing I need to know is that Gandalf the Grey in the trailer.
That is not.
Like,
that is not. Ian
It
McKellen.
looks well. It could still be Gandalf.
As for me, nothing on the list super stands out. I guess if I had to pick one, it would be Achilles Survivor. Greek mythology survivors. Like, do we ever come up with a name for that genre? Bullet Heaven? Is that what they're doing? Auto shooter?
Bullet Heaven.
Yeah, I don't like Bullet Heaven, but that's what all this.
Vampire Survivor clone.
Yes, that's what all the press releases I get from the studios say, or is Bullet Heaven. I'm not crazy about it.
Well, because like you can't say Bullet Hell anymore.
Well, no, that's just a different genre. You can say Bullet
What
Hell.
genre is that?
Well, the bullets are coming at you, like in the shooter games.
Yeah, that's Bullet Hell.
That's
Bullet
what I
Heaven
know.
is
I
when the
agree
bullets
with
go
you.
away from you.
Yeah, you are the
That's
bullet.
weird.
I do
Bullet
like
Heaven.
the Achilles Survivor trailer though. There's just a random giant chicken.
Yes, it's a playable. I think it's a playable character.
It's one of your characters.
So
Good stuff. Jumping over to another thing I don't care about. Jacob, you've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. On the
You don't care about
Switch,
Donkey Kong? This game is great. This game is
Okay.
nuts. I don't even know.
I've
I
heard
don't even know
nothing
where
but
to start with this.
endless praise from every corner of the internet since it came out. Tens galore. Sell me. Why should I care about Donkey Kong Bonanza?
So the way that I pitched it to my kid was that this game has the best mining mechanics that I've ever seen.
Your fists?
Your fists. It's great. So yeah, you are DK, but you are a miner, and you guys are digging for bananas, gems that you eat. It's really weird. And as you are digging and doing all this stuff, some big corporation comes and drills you into the ground, like super far down, and then you're chasing the rest of the bananas even deeper, trying to get yourself to the core of the earth to have your dreams fulfilled, or your greatest wishes has come true, as they said. But yeah, no, it's great. You get put on a map, and then you just go dig around. You get like a little sonar ability, and it makes the fossils that you're looking for and the bananas that you're also looking for just glow. And so you're like, oh, there's one, and then you go dig it up real quick, and there's a bit of story blips here and there and whatnot throughout the map. And yeah, it's just a really good time. There's nothing really that hard about it. I mean, I feel like it's obviously aimed at a younger generation because it's either normal or assisted for difficulty. It's not like hard or brutal or anything like that. There's nothing that's super complicated about the mechanics about beating different enemies or any of that kind of stuff. It's just it feels pretty straightforward. There's a couple of puzzles and a couple of speed challenges that you have to do, but other than that, I'm having a blast with it. I'm not saying that the speed challenges are bad, but I meant with the difficulty.
so the the big selling point of the game is that you can just destroy the hell out of the environment, right? But how does it stop you from just breaking the game then?
Oh, I don't know if they even thought about that. There are certain areas where they expect you to break the game. Like you'll have these lasers coming at you, and the only way to dodge them is to dig into the ground. Okay, well, but they don't. The rest of the ground is still made out of the ground. And so if you just dig into the ground right away and then dig yourself around, you skip that whole part of the map entirely.
Okay, so it's almost encouraging breaking the game?
Yeah. I feel like the more you go out of your way to dig, the better the game actually does. Although there are a couple of times where, like, just when you use the sonar ability, he claps his hands or he hits them on the ground and it calls out to things, and you can see like bananas and stuff like through areas, and each banana is named where it's at or whatever, and you'll dig them. You'll dig through the ground to get to them, and they'll be like, oh, in the secret vault behind the waterfall underneath the whatever, and it's like, well, I didn't even know any of that stuff existed. It was just there.
Okay.
I saw it however far away through the ground, and I went through dirt to get here, so I didn't know that there was a vault or a waterfall or any of that kind of stuff. But
is it like Mario 64 where it kicks you out of the level when you find a thing, or do you just explore your heart's content?
The bananas are more like a level up mechanic. The more bananas you have, the more skill points you get, and the skill points allow you to basically dig better.
Okay, it's very dig oriented Donkey Kong.
Yes, and then later on in the game, you do get these bonanzas. They are transform abilities that Donkey Kong can have. The first one is just a giant gorilla, which is hilarious. This man is caked up. He's got cheeks.
These are the screenshots I've been seeing of DK's bare bottom.
Right. Oh yeah, but he's probably twice as big. Punches really hard. Nothing can stop him. All that stuff is great. The second one seems to be. I'm not to the second one yet, but the second one does seem to be a more speed oriented character that he's going to transform into. So that seems to be. I've spent way too much time punching things into oblivion. And
you're eviscerating the environment.
Well, there's also a mechanic in the pause menu that allows you to reset the environment, so it undoes all of your digging, and it's like, why would you even want to? Like, this is how I know where I've been.
That's interesting.
So yeah.
What's up with the little girl that's chilling on its back in the trailers?
She sings.
Okay.
And that's how you transform. That's how you use, like, she sings a melody to you, and then that's how you use your different bonanzas.
Oh, and that's like, that's her purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
That, and she was also taken. I mean, it says in the game that she's 13 years old and she was on the surface and she wants to go back. Although I don't know why she was trapped somewhere.
Well, I'm sure.
But
Surely
I'm
you'll
sure
find
it
that
will
out.
explained later, but it just seems a little weird. But yeah, she also wants to go to the center, and almost like a really bad, I don't know, storytelling. Because Donkey Kong doesn't talk; he just kind of looks around and
Yeah, man. He's a monkey.
different ways. So she does
Seth Rogen wasn't available.
right. Yeah. So yeah, he just makes faces at different things and agrees with thumbs up, but she does all the talking. And so when she first gets there and is actually talking to Donkey Kong, she's like, well, I need to go to the center of Earth, you're going to the center of Earth, so let's go together.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
okay.
go to
So now
there's an Earth within the Earth, Kong Godzilla style.
Absolutely. There's lots of Earths in the Earth. There's like a water world. There was I'm in the cold area now. There was a factory one.
Wow.
So yeah, it's and these are all they're all sub levels below the surface of the Earth. So you're discovering new things as you fall, but every single place has been ruined by this company that's going through and collecting all the bananas. Gems.
The great banana theft.
Well, again, because they're gems, but when he breaks the gems, he eats them. I'm like, you have gastrointestinal problems. You're bleeding internally.
Oh my god! But it's a blast, though, huh?
Oh yeah, I almost forget that I have other things to do.
All right, I mean that's good. It's a re-endorsement, so obviously recommend this.
Oh yeah, easy endorsement.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, flipping the tables, Zach. What you've been playing? Gaucho in the Grassland.
Yeah, close enough. I think it's like Gaucho, because it's Portuguese, because it's Brazilian. Okay. But I don't know. But anyway, Gaucho is how we would American English it. Yeah, this is Gaucho in the Grassland. I've been playing this on Steam Deck, which is a little rough at first because it had gamepad support, but it didn't have gamepad support for the menus. So it's like an annoying cursor, but that's been patched. But yeah, this is a game where you play as a Latin cowboy, which is what intrigued me to it. And it's it's exploring Brazilian mythology because you're sort of restoring peace to these lands by calming down angered deities, as it were. I can't claim to know a lot about Brazilian culture. I'm not trying to, just not something that's crossed my path in life. What I can say is about the game, and it brings me no joy to say this. For this game, I do not like this game. It is sort of Chores the video game, which is not good. So it starts off simply enough where you kind of get this like farmland, right? And you get tasked with like a survival game where you're like chopping wood and stuff so you can build up a fence around your house and stuff. All that's well and good. And the Steam page kind of describes it as a farming sim, so that's what I thought I was getting in for. But really what you're getting in for is sort of an adventure game where you go to these 3 different lands, of mythological importance, where each of these deities oversee things, and your task is to help everybody there. But how you help them is always like, oh man, lost my cows, can you grab them for me? And then you do, and like that's it. There's no there are no characters to learn about. There's no narrative setup for these. There is no great, natural event that brought the cows away or whatever. It's just always things going bad. Or you go to a guy he's standing on the beach. He's like, boy, I wish you could build me a surfboard. And your cowboy's like, yeah, all right, I'll build you a surfboard. Now you go to your crafting menu and you make him a surfboard real quick.
A surfboard. Yeah,
and then he's like, oh, thanks. And then if you help out 7 people in this environment, which takes like 30, 40 minutes. You then get access to go try to calm the deity by restoring these sort of prayer vigil monuments.
Do they also need a surfboard?
No, they just need you. You have to navigate a maze while this angry dragon is flying around. But if you get hit by the dragon, you just go back to the entrance of the maze and you restart from there. But you're just exploring the maze, fixing these candle monuments. And then you get to the center, and then they'll have another chore for you. The god, like the first one I did, it was another maze, so it's just a back-to-back maze, which is fun.
Now that you found your way out of the maze, go into the maze.
and in these, and when you're in these environments, you can do more things. Like you can buy a patch of land in each of the like 3 other zones, but I'm not entirely sure why you would instead of just like building up your home base. And even when you build up your home base, it's just aesthetic, right? Like there's no reason to do it other than you want it to look good, because you're not like earning farming income or anything. So all it really does is just burn through your resources that you need for the quests for the characters who are sad anyway.
That sounds terrible.
So it kind of incentivizes you to not build up your home base, because then you're just gonna have more work. You're gonna have more chores of destroying rocks or cutting down trees ahead of you. So it's just kind of an endless cycle of chores, and like it's really, if you want to just go from area to area and take down the or help heal the lands, it's probably going to be like a 4 or 5 hour game. But I'm so like, dude, it brings you no joy when like I could tell there's passion for the game they're making. They want to share Brazilian culture, and I think that's great. But I was like an hour into this game, I was like, dude, I don't want to keep going. Like it was just such a boring loop that it just didn't do anything for me, man. And that sucks to say, but especially for an indie game. But dude, it was chores as a video game is not a fun time for me.
No,
especially when like the most interesting thing would be getting the new crafting recipes to build up your house, but you can't do anything with it. And all you ever do when you're in your home land is just go to the doors that let you into the next mythological area. Like there's no reason to be there otherwise, other than to burn through those resources which you need for building all the stuff you need to do the quest. So it's just a total bummer, dude.
That's
very
so
disappointing.
Unfortunate. I would love to help you in your quest, but I built a mansion.
Right. Yeah. So now I can't. Now, if I want to help you, I got to go break rocks for 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Womp womp.
Yeah. It's a total disappointment. Yeah. I can't in good conscience recommend this. I guess if you really want to learn about Brazilian mythology, I guess there's a little bit of that there. But like all of the storytelling is so simplistic. Like even when you get to the gods, they're just like, yeah, I'm really mad at humanity, and your character's like, oh, you shouldn't be. He's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be. If only somebody gave me some tea so I could calm down. And you're like, okay, and then you just like go get some tea leaves, and then he's like, oh, you know what? Humanity's cool, man. My bad. It's just so simplistic. It's just avoiding me to the climax of an area. And it's just like, well, here, can you do me a chore though? And you're like, sure.
Help me out. My homeland is suffering.
Yeah, so total bummer. Can't recommend Gaucho on the Grassland. Sorry to say.
That's unfortunate.
All right. Well, hopefully, Paul, you can convince me what this game that you're playing is. Forgotten 23, because I watched the trailer and I'm confuzzled.
So you are an astronaut that wakes up and doesn't know what's going on, and the computer in the background says you have 23 minutes until your space station is annihilated. And you have literal 23 minutes to get through stuff, and you have to open doors, put out fires, pick up scrap, craft things, and then if that 23 minutes goes down, you start the cycle over again, and you have to do everything again. The only thing that carries through are some of your the logs that you might find along the way, and some of the knowledge that you have. So you're kind of like building this kind of knowledge base, like codes to doors or different recipes to fix different pieces of equipment, or which equipment to fix in what order. So it's this kind of like, I don't know, it's not a roguelite. It's more of a, there's a constant timer ticking down, and the computer will tell you, T minus 13 minutes, T minus 12 minutes, T minus 11 minutes. Like it's just incessant. And you're like trying to run around like, I'm missing one piece of scrap because I can't build a wire, so I can't build a circuit board, so I can't fix this door. Where's this box of scrap? And it's pretty simplistic. If you like the idea of somebody like yelling at you to keep going faster and you're in a spacesuit, sure. But
It almost sounds like it's a Force roguelite with memory built in.
kind of, I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely early on. I mean, it's by one guy. One guy builds this thing. When I first got the code for the game, it was only mouse and keyboard, which bummed me out because I'm like, this would be perfect to play in a handheld, right? Because you're just kind of like trying to do these runs or whatever. And just yesterday, update, controller support. Yay.
Hey, nice.
So, yeah. So I'm like, hey, now I can be confused all over again. Like the menus sometimes don't fit the screen. Like all of a sudden, like, you know, it'll try to tell you something with subtitles and be below the screen. And you're like, you can kind of see the tops of the letters. And you're like, well, I should probably know what that is, but I don't. And sometimes you're trying to like the mouse or the controller button won't select the menus. Like you'll have different like computer menus. You can show me the power systems or show me this, and it'll hang and then get stuck. So you're like pressing escape and it just goes to settings, and it's kind of an annoying game to play, to be honest. It's an interesting concept. I'm not a big fan of like timed things, and it definitely like, yeah, I find myself, I'm missing that one piece. If I just find that one piece, I'll be able to move on to the next section. And then when these little chapters, like there'll be these 4 or 5 objectives at the top left of the screen, it automatically will make you restart. Like even if you have like 10 minutes left, it'll be like, well, you completed this set of objectives. Oh, you died and woke up. Let's try this again.
Huh. It kind of reminds me of like, what was it, that Outer Wilds game?
Yeah, that's the game I was thinking of too.
Yeah, so
Far less
guess,
fidelity.
I mean, I guess I can give the guy like a little bit of credit because, like you said, it's a one-man team. So, but like I like he's still working on it. That like just did a patch, so there's controller support. So, man, like I love the setting for it. I want to like this game, but you're not fully selling me on this yet.
It's an interesting idea. It's not really realized.
Okay.
Or maybe I have too high of expectations.
Is this game fully released or is it in early access still?
It is released.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I guess as we discussed last week on the show, every game is just always in early access now. Well,
it feels like early access. That's the thing. It's got that flavor to it. No, it's fully released.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's
like
in early access.
Quite finished, but like that there's some more coming.
Yeah, like he puts out an update every couple of weeks, and it's just like, or like going from keyboard support to controller support feels very much of an early access kind of like the community says, "Hey, man, you should do this." It just has that vibe to it.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean it does feel early access, but I'm hoping it gets cleaned up some because I like the look of it. I'll give it that.
The music's great. It's got a sense of you feel very alone when you play it, which is what I'm sure he's going for. You just find random pools of blood all over the place. Logs as you do in these kind of survival sci-fi games. Telling you to do stuff.
Is there like something else going on in there?
There is. I just haven't gotten far enough to do it because I'll get frustrated or it'll glitch out on me.
Okay.
And then it's like, okay, well, then I got to start my run again. And there's no saves.
Well, I mean, when you're playing in 23-minute increments.
Right. But like, you kind of like you kind of keep your logs sometimes, or I don't know, maybe that's a bug. I don't know. But like, it starts you back at the beginning and you have to like go through again. And so I think this might be one of the things I might have to take a pencil and paper and start writing stuff down. Maybe that'll help. Or even mapping out like the system. There's a map in your game, but it's not great.
So the map never changes.
No. So it's not a roguelite at all. It's like you're unlocking your different tasks, unlock different parts of the station. You're trying to keep the station from moving and being burned up by the sun.
So I mean, it does sound inspired by Outer Wilds in that way, right? Where your progression is learning the things you can do within the time limit, right?
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, like Outer Wilds, when you did find some of those things, like a log and everything, like I don't remember you keeping them.
Yeah, I don't think you did keep them.
I wonder if that's not like a bug for you, because like you're
kind of seems that way.
Because it seems like you're learning the story as you go, and it's just like, okay, yeah, like I found this log already. It says this to me. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see where like the ending of this the game goes, just because like I do love like sci-fi like element games, especially something where it does like seem like there's something else going on in the background. But I'm kind of glad you're playing it, not me.
Well, it sounds like maybe in 6 months, maybe it is something you might like, CB.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna keep playing it. It's interesting, but it's not. I'm not gonna be like everybody go do this. I think this is gonna be great. It's okay. I mean, if you like that kind of like isolation kind of sci-fi feel, then go check it out. Yeah. If anybody has any timer anxiety, this is not the game for you.
Oh, so definitely not a Scott Clark game.
Not a Scott game.
He has such an impact on us, huh, guys? We just always talk about him when he's not here.
Well, I mean, if you know his hatred for anything timer related,
I'm certainly aware. Not even the Zelda game with a timer could entice him. With George, even though it's the best one.
I mean, it's so bad that our DM Kevin decided to throw a timer trap in our game, and it got mad for like 2 hours.
Diabolical and awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
Is it a timer to get to level 7?
No. It was literally we walk into a room, you hear a ticking that slowly gets faster, and there's a button on the wall.
All right. Push the button.
So that's all I'm going to say to it. And we spent almost an entire night because somebody couldn't let it go.
I believe it. So it sounds like you're not recommending Forgotten 23, Paul.
Not yet. Give it some time to cook.
All right.
Let them cook.
Let's move on. Although I guess Brian Regal's in the chat real quick asked, Zach, are you going to play Wu Chang Fallen Feathers this week? A new Souls game? No, absolutely not. Sorry. It doesn't look super. No. The aesthetic looks interesting, but like if I'm going to play a new Souls-ish game right now, it would probably be Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree, because that looked pretty good. But I don't know, man. I got distracted with Aliens Dark Descent. What am I supposed to do? Play a new game? I don't think so. I got Wayland Yutani to take down.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But at the Gaming Outsider, you can hang out in our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/thegocast. You want to talk to fellow gamers with like minds, or you can hop over to our Discord. There's a link in the show notes, and as well as a link on our website, where we had some new members, Pudgy Pal and Candy Cane, join up last week. You can always review us on Apple Podcasts. We do appreciate that. That's helpful. Just like Pat O.D. did by saying, fun and informative. This podcast is fun to listen to and informative. It has a good flow and easy to follow. Thanks, Pat. But like I said, you can always go to our website over at thegamingoutsider.com, where you can find all of our written reviews, news, features. Thanks to our incredible team. Without further ado, let's get into the From the Outside In topic. Simple topic this week. We're talking about pop culture references in video games. So, I think we all know what we're talking about here. Video game references, something fun in pop culture. But I got to ask, when do these get annoying for you, CB?
When they get so obscure, when you look at it, you're like, I know this is from something, and it sits there and bugs you forever and ever and ever until 2 hours later, you're like, oh,
like when you can tell they're referencing something, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's like if you were to reference a random reference for Friends in a video game, and I'm like, I'm not going to get it.
I think everybody would get that one. I mean, come on.
Nope. Never seen an episode. Don't plan on starting.
Pivot. As the reigning champion of the Gaming Outsiders Friends Trivia quiz, I don't know. I think people like Friends.
I still think it's funny that you guys had me host that, and I'm like, I've never
Yeah.
seen it, so I have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, that's why you were an excellent impartial host. You're like,
Yeah.
who's Ross?
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's where it gets annoying for me, or when it's like really forced,
Sure.
like everything in Fortnite.
Everything in Fortnite. The whole game is pop culture references.
Oh
isn't it?
man, that's
I
just
know,
one big
but
monetization thing.
Yeah. It's
Well,
a
I
little toy
mean,
box.
It's still forced. Well, like the first season, none of that stuff was in there. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's cute. It's a little kid shoot, and they're like, hey, now you can sit here and pay like $100 for this skin and this skin and this skin and this skin.
What are you gonna do? Not use a Kamehameha wave? Loser.
Loser.
Speaking of which, the utter terrible advertising for Fantastic Four for it is hilarious.
I don't know. What's horrible?
Would you like a Fantastic Four skin?
Mm-hmm. Is that what's horrible? Is it just a skin?
Think about it for a second.
Fantastic Four. You're talking about the Invisible Woman being invisible?
I lost my Fantastic Four skin when I was really, really young.
You got to cut that right out. Be done.
Oh my god!
3 out of 4 Go Cast members get it at the moment.
I get it now. Good God!
But like that was on their Twitter page.
It may not have been the best representation of.
I guess I had no idea I had such a clean mind because it never would have entered my cranium. That's what they're
Yeah, but like when you think about it, you're just like, ooh, bold choice of words there.
I mean, how else are they supposed to say it? F4 skin. It's still there.
I know, but it's just
no winning.
Costume
Character.
Character would have been good.
Here's your character closet.
Sure, but they use skin for everything else.
I know. It's just a very unfortunate alignment of words.
Oh, boy. All right, Paul. When do pop culture references get annoying for you?
I'm going to agree with CB when it's really on the nose, like it's forced, or it's right there. It's like, boom, and notice me kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I like a good subtle nod or one of those things where you go, huh, wait, what? That? Oh yeah.
Yeah. For the real fans. How about you, Jake? You ever get annoyed at this kind of stuff?
Constant.
Yes.
If it is a constant thing, like if you you find the secret room, you go in there, there's a little nod to something. Okay, cool. You turn the corner to leave the secret room, there's another nod to something. Okay, cool. You leave the room, you walk back onto the street, there's another nod to something, and it's like, come on, it's just like, I get it. You guys like all of these things. It doesn't need to be all the time.
Yes, it does.
I'm trying to play a game here. I'm not trying to relive my childhood.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of on board with you, Jake. I'm sort of a stick in the mud about this stuff where I hate it almost always. I think what comes to mind most, or what came to mind first, was that X-Men Origins Wolverine game, because they had like these like puzzles you could solve to get these super secret areas, but all it would do was like lead to like the World of Warcraft guy's sword or something, and you would get an achievement for it. And I'm just like, why is this here? Like, what?
Yeah.
Or I think you could find the Lost Hatch, and I was like, yeah, dude, I get it. The TV show, it's on the air. Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you there. Like where it's something that seems so out of place.
No, I mean, what I do like is when you like, if you're like in Aliens Dark Descent, for an example, right? Like when the Marines get stressed out and they say it's game over, man, game over. Like when you're referencing your own universe or your own stuff, I do like that. And that's neat
or it's
thing.
Appropriate to the genre, even.
You find a way to fit it in there where it doesn't seem out of place. But like if I'm playing an X-Men Wolverine's game, the Origins game, and you do a puzzle, and all of a sudden it's like, oh look, here's like Frost Render from World of Warcraft. I'm like,
I'm sure that's
why?
probably what it was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't, keep it to your own stuff. If you want to go off the beaten path and Origins Wolverine, and you manage to see Nightcrawler poof in the distance or something like that, that'd be a cool Easter egg or nod that I appreciate. But when you're just like just offhand reference to something. Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like such an old man about this, but like yeah, I get it, dude. You watch Lost. Everybody else does too.
So at what point does it stop being a reference and is more of an homage?
I mean, you gotta play something, right? You gotta be a part of it.
To be an homage. I don't know, dude. That's tough. Like an homage, like when in Spider-Man 2, when the Doctor raises up a chainsaw and looks like Ash briefly.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good one. But I guess that was the director referencing himself, though.
But yeah, so like that, I would definitely consider more of an homage
For sure.
Where it's something like, unless it's like it has to be like a super deep cut, but it's not like directly. It's not like he's literally holding up a chainsaw, but you're like, right. Or the Oldsmobile in like every Sam Raimi movie.
Sure. Yeah, he's trying to sell it, dude. He's trying to get.
Wait, I know we're kind of like dancing around Borderlands, but like all of their guns, you know, not all of their guns, but a lot of their special guns, especially in the first game, had a bunch of references in them, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little, you know, it didn't take away from the game and it didn't add to the game. It was just something fun to laugh at. And that was enough for me. That was fine. Like, oh, I found this and it's a reference to that. That's cool. And then I go back right into the game. But when it's something it sticks out so much that it actually changes either the way that you play or the direction of your play, then it's too much.
So kind of like so Borderlands 2. Yeah.
Or 3.
They just go too far. Yeah, they don't know how to rein themselves in.
No, they do not.
Yeah, certainly. Also, like any kind of internet reference always annoys the hell out of me because it's almost always outdated to something that was hip 3 years ago because the internet moves so fast.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I could definitely see something that like dates itself. Like, unfortunately, I have to go with a movie reference on this, but Vinnie Jones in X-Men 3.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we got a lot of, yeah.
Like, I'm like, yeah, the I'm a Juggernaut line. I'm like, because I just watched that movie recently. I'm like, God, that's so cringy.
Yeah, it's rough. See, I didn't even know it was a reference. I just thought it was Vinnie Jones being English.
No, definitely not. That is an internet video that made its way into a movie.
Or there's a scene in Deadpool, or not Deadpool. I mean, there's a scene in Deadpool where he holds up a stick figure drawing of himself. Have you seen this, man? But I think
that's
it's in the
fun.
first.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
In the first Sonic movie, they're looking for Sonic, and there's the internet drawing of Sonic, and they reference that, and it's only for a split second. And if you knew, you knew, but it didn't like halt the movie at all. Like it was just funny for the people in the know.
Sooner or later, when they make the Donkey Kong movie, there's going to be a reference to Danky Kang.
Oh my!
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that an internet thing?
Yeah,
it happened on Jeopardy. Somebody answered. They were like, "Oh, who is this character?" They're like, "Danky Kang."
Danky Kang.
Who is Danky Kang?
Who is Danky Kang?
All right. Well, let's flip it around. When do you like this kind of stuff? What are some of your favorite pop culture references in games, Jacob?
There's actually in Borderlands, it was a Pulp Fiction reference. It was a whole mission, and it was based around the prayer that Samuel L. Jackson says. And there was just a mission for the whole thing, and I loved it. It was great. It was like I didn't even realize that was what was happening until the end of the mission.
Well, sneaking up on you like that, I guess, would be somewhat fun. Yeah,
Ezekiel 25:17.
Yeah, is it a Bible reference basically? Then, or?
Path of the righteous man is set on all sides.
Yeah.
Voila.
But yeah, I didn't even realize that it was happening because there's like 3 bosses and they are named after the stuff that happens in the prayer, and then at the end of it, I was just like, oh, it just dawned on me. I don't know why. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed it because it was so subtle. It just worked.
All right, that's good stuff. What about you, CB?
Stevie probably has a million of them.
Oh, so you brought this topic to the table, so I assume you got some.
You got the scroll.
How deep do you want to go? First off, Bethesda and skeletons.
Okay. Well,
okay.
Tell me more.
Keep going, please.
When you go throughout, like the different Elder Scrolls games and the Fallout games, there's random skeletons that you'll come across, and some of them are clearly video game or like either other video game or movie references. In Skyrim, there's Luke Skywalker, specifically from the Wampa Cave.
Oh, yes, I do remember this. Okay.
So there's that one. There's Indiana Jones in Fallout New Vegas, because there's a fridge with a hat and a whip in it.
It didn't work that time, huh?
No. God, I know there's like a Star Trek one in one of them. But like it seems like, because when you go out like through the Fallout games, like there's skeletons everywhere, and some of them like you'll like walk into a random building and it's just like, oh look, and you'll notice like, why does this look familiar? Like one will be holding like a rubber ducky or, but I just think Bethesda has so many nerds in there that like they specifically like, okay, everybody, what's your skeleton going to be for this game?
Everybody says, you get a skeleton. Everybody gets a skeleton.
You get a skeleton.
You go through it like there's one where there's I mean there's some not family friendly ones. There may be a hole in a bathroom somewhere, skeleton.
Yep. Yes.
So there's a Soylent Green reference in Fallout.
It's people.
Dude,
Yeah,
spoilers, man.
Well, I mean, you could say Soylent Green is like people, and unless they've seen the movie, like they're not 100% going to get referenced.
The movie's like 70 years old. I think it's okay.
So, but yeah, that's a good one. Like there's a lot of throwaway lines, especially like in World of Warcraft.
There's so many nooks and crannies of that.
Yeah. Like I made a list and I keep trying to pull it up, but my computer for some reason likes to keep making my Google Drive like black at the moment.
Right. You want Paul to weigh in?
Yeah,
while you try to
you
figure
go
that
and
out?
like you go, come back. I have my list and I'm like trying to read it, and every time I open up, it's like the screen goes black.
All right. I look forward to it. Paul, do you have any favorite pop culture references?
Yeah, so most recently in Cyberpunk, if you take an elevator up to a rooftop in the middle of the downtown area, you can find a Roy Batty sitting out there and his legs crisscrossed.
Oh, okay. Like Tears in the Rain, sure.
Yeah, that's genre adjacent.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a seminal part of the genre for sure.
So I enjoy stuff like that, or like different signs and stuff, or gravestones are a great place for little references for here and there. Like CB was saying, World of Warcraft was just full of those. I have a hard time kind of remembering a lot of that stuff because I'll sit and I'll play a game, and then you feel like that meme, where you're like pointing forward, like that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood meme.
DiCaprio,
like,
yeah.
That thing, and then then it's just gone, and then you just kind of move on and go forward from there. But I enjoy those kinds of ones. And the ones, when there's not so on the nose, or you like kind of hit me like, I got that. I know what that means. Mm-hmm. That's always a lot of fun. Sometimes games that are based on IPs that I really like Mortal Kombat was just based on Bloodsport.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is an all-time favorite movie growing up. So good on them. And I like the digs at Jean-Claude that Johnny Cage character took. I always enjoyed that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So those are two big ones that kind of stick out for me.
Right on. Yeah. See, like I'm so boring that like when Mortal Kombat has like the Terminator and stuff, I'm like, oh, that sucks. What's he doing here? He doesn't belong here.
That's not even really a reference. It's just
a character.
That is on the nose.
The only positive one that I could think of, and I think it's in Dragon Age Origins, and I think it's just because Dragon Age takes itself so dead seriously, right? The first game anyway, where it's just grim, it's bloody, but whenever you travel the map, random events can happen while you're on the road, and one of them is there's a crater in the ground with a baby in it, and there's this old farming couple that is thankful to have found this magical baby because they can't conceive.
That's awesome.
So they bring the baby in, and then like you can't even say anything. You just watch this happen, and then you just move on with the game.
Do they call him Cal?
No, I do not think they don't call it quite to that attention.
Oh,
it's just a baby in a crater that they take in. Dude, maybe it's a Dragon Ball reference. I don't know, but yes, very very Superman, and it made me chuckle just because that game deals with heavy themes constantly.
Yeah.
That it was like, how did this joke sneak in here?
Right.
This joke event, like who let that one slip through?
Right.
But yeah, that's
I did two more in the Division, Tom Clancy's Division 2. While exploring some of the world or whatever, you can kind of see like what happened. Like you like it collects data from the world and shows you what happened there.
mm-hmm.
And I had to take a picture of it because I couldn't remember. I was never gonna be able to find it again. But there's two characters talking, and it's Jonathan Pinkman and William White. And Jonathan Pinkman has
Mr.
a criminal
Pink
record.
and Mr. White.
And William White is a chemistry teacher and owns a car wash. And it's just that's a great little throw in there for Breaking Bad.
All right, I like that.
The other one I had in Skyrim, at the very top of one of the biggest mountains, there is the notched pickaxe, which is a hint to Notch from Minecraft because they sued them for one of their other games called Scrolls.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that whole incident, dude. That was so lame.
It was lame, but
yeah,
it was there. It happened. He made it into a game. It was cool.
Yeah. I guess I did remember another one that made me chuckle. In Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, you can interrogate guards, and one of them is one of the interactions. Sam asks if the guy's got anything useful on him, and he says, "What do you want me to do? Just like stand around and shake until something falls out?" It's a Metal Gear Solid reference, which is cool.
That's funny.
Right. CB, did you ever crack the code over there?
I cannot get it to open up, but I did look up like part of where I pulled some of my stuff from. Right. There's like over 300 movie references in the Fallout games using the skeletons.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, I feel like Fallout 2 is like half just pop culture references.
Yeah,
but I mean, you can recruit Max Rockatansky to your party.
Yes, you can.
In Fallout 2, yeah, and then I think Fallout Tactics, you can get Richard B. Riddick in your party.
Yes. It goes as deep as in Fallout 4, depending on what you name your character. Sometimes it will unlock special dialogue. Like if you name your character Ripley.
Oh yeah.
So it'll reference other characters. Like it'll talk about like, oh, remember growing up with Dallas? And I'm like,
okay, I see what you did there. Did you point at the screen? Clever. Leonardo DiCaprio style.
Oh.
I know that.
But yeah, it's funny. Like when you look up like some of the references, like there's My Little Pony references in Fallout.
I like the idea that there's a big MLP fan on staff over there.
Yeah, apparently so. It's specifically My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. There's some logs in the game that reference Too Many Pinkie Pies.
Sounds kind of dirty, dude.
Yeah.
Context.
So I just love the fact that
Get Your Fantastic Foreskin wasn't dirty.
Yeah.
Too many Pinkie Pies was.
Yeah, dude.
But Bethesda just does seem to love to cram as many references as possible into their games. Like, the other one that I dearly love, even though because it's been a while since I brought it up, but in the first God of like the newer God of Wars, like, do you remember the poems?
Oh yeah, all the other PlayStation games.
Yeah, like I thought that was one of the most brilliant like references, without being just like so overt. Like, because you really had to think about it for a second. I'm like, oh, this is brilliant.
Yeah, because some of them were like obscure, which was fun.
Yeah,
because it rewards you for being a lifelong PlayStation gamer.
So, but I did find it funny that like, I think you got a couple of them, but like Scott was like, "What do you mean the poems? Like, what are the what's with the poems?" And I'm like, "They're PlayStation references."
Right? Yeah, dude, come on, it's Jack and Daxter. Come on, pay attention.
So, and like that's another thing. Like, I love when a company can put in a reference like that. That if you have been a fan for a while, it's something that you're gonna pull out, or like the ones that make you think, like where you just like look at it and be like,
Ratchet and Clank did a good job of doing that in a lot of their games.
yeah. The like, Duke Nukem Forever had some ones that were just like literally, we're gonna punch you in the face with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Duke Nukem 3D, right? Like half of his dialogue is just film quotes.
So I actually learned a new one from that one that I didn't realize, and I had to go back and look it up. But in Duke Nukem 3D, if you look at one of the TVs at a certain time, it starts playing the OJ chase.
That's awesome.
So
Wow,
like you look
that's
up
a
at the
reference.
TV and there's a highway and a white Bronco driving, and I'm like, wow.
Hell yeah, dude.
So,
sad
I mean,
car chase.
That is definitely a pop culture reference there.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun
So-
one. All right, man.
And of course, Nuka-Cola. I mean, we clearly know what it is.
Pepsi.
Sure.
Yes, yes, it is Pepsi.
The superior, the inferior. I don't want anyone to accidentally think I do like Pepsi more. Well, I mean that's darn near.
RC Cola, sir.
That's a good one. But hey, it's so nice that you're talking about product placement because that's actually going to be next week's topic. So look forward to that. But that'll do it for this week's episode of the game. Unless you had any more extra ones you need to squeeze in there, CB.
Oh, no.
All right, so that'll do it for this week's episode of the Gaming Outsider. Thanks so much for listening. This episode was produced by Kevin Honigford, and all of the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemage and Metroid Metal. And you can find his work at stemagemusic.com. Please be sure to email us if you have any questions or concern. Our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. Paul Hine, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, it was a blast. Do you have any non-video game recommendations for the listeners this week that you wanted to check out?
Oh man, no. I've been just trying to get games in this week. Just spending time with the family.
Understood. That's why I never asked Jacob either. He's always just playing video games. What about you, CB? You have any recommendations for listeners?
Oh, well, I have two things. First, Super Nintendo Watch. I picked up 2 more titles this week, down to 43.
Wow. Okay.
So we're
Congrats.
moving along. And I started. I actually, because Scott made me feel bad about it, I started chipping away at Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Oh, because he was giving you crap that you didn't have the handhelds.
He's like, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, you get all the cartridges."
I guess a real collector would get Game Boy. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, but because of that, like last week, I crapped on a company because they were bad.
Disc replay, sure.
Yeah. This week, I actually have a recommendation, which
All right.
I thought I went to Game Corner, which I hadn't been to Game Corner in years. Because the last time I was there,
this is another Rockford, Illinois, John.
yes. So I'm starting locally, and I'm going to start branching out and start just going to it, giving an honest review of the store, and like giving my opinions on them, because game stores are a thing in our community.
Sure. Of course.
Last time I went to Game Corner, didn't have a good experience. This was years ago, so I hadn't stepped foot in this place in a while. Went in, man, they have turned it around. Store is super, super clean. Staff was really, really friendly. The layout is great. Pricing is, I mean, it's on par with like most online sales. So, I mean, there was a few deals that I got, but I mean, like if you search, you're going to find some deals. But I'm overall super impressed with how they've kind of turned that store around. Like, you know, when you go into like a lot of retro stores, there's always that like they smell bad. Or
sure, okay.
Like, things just look dingy and dirty. Like things were super, super clean. They did a good job of cleaning. Like when people sell stuff in, like cleaning it up. I'm just really surprised. Like I had a very good experience with them. So if you're in Rockford, not Rockford,
Loves Park, Chesney Park.
Manchester, one of the parks, Manchester Park,
It's
or
in
Loves
the
Park.
parks.
go check them out. Nice store, friendly staff, and overall just a good experience for a retro game store. So,
all right, very nice. Very nice. Thanks for sharing a positive game store story this week, Jacob. I'm going to ask: do you have anything, or should I have just skipped you? Okay.
I'm gonna add one in. I thought
Paul's
better
gonna
of
take
it.
my place.
I'm gonna take a spot. Play board games with the family. I played some Tiny Epic Dungeons with my nephews recently. It's a fantastic little cooperative Rage Against the Machine kind of game. Also Tiny Epic Galaxies. So Gamelin Games, give you a big thumbs up.
All right. That's good.
I'll only play Monopoly with my family so I can make them unhappy with me.
Such is the joy of Monopoly. I'll go last. I'll just say I watched Predator Killer of Killers finally.
Yeah.
That movie kicks ass.
Yeah.
That movie's great. Better than I thought it would be. I cared more about because it's like 3 short stories is the premise. And they did a surprising job making me care about the characters in each, actually, which is tough to do when each story is like 20 minutes long.
I'm with the direction that Dan Trachtenberg is taking for those, because he's already announced that they're making probably 2 sequels to that.
That's what I heard.
Keep doing it, man. Like,
yeah,
that's the best Predator I've seen in a while.
The format's very good, very strong. Viking, samurai, and World War II fire pilots. You know, what's not to love there? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could take. Yeah, give me a bunch of animated Predator movies about different time periods. Sounds great. Keep it coming. You know, let's get the Cowboys versus Predators. Let's do it. At least.
That'd be interesting.
Didn't they already have a Aliens vs. Cowboy movie?
Yeehaw.
They did have Cowboys and Aliens starring James Bond and Indiana Jones. But it's not quite the same thing. But that'll do it for us here at the Gaming Outsider. Until next week, I'm Zach Parkerson with Jacob Gunderson, Chris Behrensmeyer, and our guest Paul Hine, and we are the Gaming Outsider. And remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.